Hey everybody, it's Kelly Hans. This is my review for Mobland. This is season one. This is episode one. And I say I am so glad TV is back. Um, I haven't seen TV like this in a long, long time, and I love it. So, I'm not pretty much gonna do blow by blow because originally I wanted to do um both episodes at the same time. But then after I watched the second episode, I'm just like, I really can't do that. Because the second episode blew my mind. But we're going to start with the first episode. The first episode is titled Chick and Twist. Um, we start off with Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy is playing a character called Harry Du Sosa. If I said his last name right, probably not. Harry is what you call a fixer. He works for Harrogans, who is think of a mafia, basically. Um, there are two groups. Um, the Dogans and the Gozinos. So basically, to my understanding, what's going on is that basically he's what you call a fixer. Again, he's a problem solver in the mafia, I guess, term language. If something's not right, he goes to fix it. Anything, mainly for the Harrogans. So these two groups have gone along for almost 30 years. They agreed to a truce, a handshake with no apology. Harry says, hold that thought, he will go upstairs and we meet Conrad Harrigan. He is played by Pierce Brosnan. Now, as many times as I watch Pierce Brosnan, I didn't know he was Irish, and in some scenes, that accent just go wall. But I love his accent. I love it to pieces. Um, he he plays damn good in this. It is good. So Harry tells Conrad, hey, these two motherfuckers won't agree to anything. Conrad said, okay, that's a problem. So, uh, but he also tells Harry that Dogus has been scamming Mamet, who is part with the two men talking. Dogans is the leader of his gang. Mamet Grozos is the leader of his gang, and they're basically stealing from each other. That's all it is. So Conrad basically tells Harry to, um, in ever so nice words, prune them, basically. And Harry does. Um, he killed, well, he awesome. There we go. Then later on, we meet two teenagers. We meet Eddie, Alfie, Tommy, and what's that child's name? Jack. Eddie and Tommy are friends. Um, Tommy, for some reason, I don't know why, invites Alfie and Jack with him. We don't know why. Eddie gets pissed because he's adding more people, and he is basically the grandson of Conrad Harrigan. So they go to a club, they party, da 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 da. Eddie bumps into a man by accident. He didn't really mean to bump into the man. He just said sorry. The man almost pulled out a knife on him. Eddie shanks the man. The man lays down. I mean, he's not dead, but he injures him enough to where he won't, you know, die. Tommy freaks out, leaves. Basically, everybody leaves. Eddie left, and he found Tommy near a lake. Tommy, not Tommy, Eddie had the knife. He threw the knife in the river. The next morning, Conrad gets up. He goes fishing. Now, this brought back so many memories, especially with me and my grandparents. Going out fishing and just fresh fish is the best fish you will ever eat. That's just my opinion. Fresh fish is so good. The fish I love the most is bass and carp because I live out in Oklahoma. Bass and carp is everything, but buffalo not so much because I choke on them bones and I uh, if I swallow a bone, then my grandma have to get the vinegar and shove it down my throat so it burn acid. But that's neither here nor there. We meet Maeve, who's played by Helen Mirren. Maeve is very cunning. Let me put it like this: she's very convincing. She's family first, obviously, but she's also very, very good at manipulation, in my opinion. Because um, Archie comes by, and my guessing Conrad and Archie are friends, but I can tell by the look on May's face that she really don't like Archie. She's not very fond of Archie because she thought he was dead. It's foreshadowing. And Archie said, no. That was my brother Pete. But I'm alive and kicking it as far as I know. May said, huh, we need to fix that. I'm just kidding. But she said, huh, I see. Archie goes out back where Conrad is, where he's in his lake fishing. Conrad talks to Archie and tells him he wants to start doing uh, drug uh, smuggling, basically, with fentanyl. Um, let's go start a war with the Stevensons. Okay. Um, Harry goes to Kevin's house. Kevin calls Harry freaking out because Eddie came home with blood on him. Now, Kevin is Conrad's son, which is Eddie, his grandson, and his wife, Isabel. Isabel? Yeah, Isabel is daughter in law. Harry asked Eddie where he was. Eddie told him where he was. Harry basically told him to grab all his shit that he wore at the club, everything. Eddie, being a young asshole, literally, is basically not as reluctant to do that. But Harry is just like, just get your stuff. I don't have time, just get your stuff. He does. Harry then goes to the club and he talks to the owner. Um, Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. No, I'm good. Okay, so he goes to the club to get the CCTV. We meet the owner of the club. Now, the man, even when you look at him, it's just like, ugh. So Harry eventually gets the CCTV footage. Um, he calls Huey Campbell to his other contact. Um, he basically gets the whereabouts of. Wait, hold on. I said that wrong. Huey Campbell is a guy he saw on the CCTV. Harry asked the club owner, "Where is Huey?" The club owner was like, "I don't know." He didn't want to tell Harry at first. But Harry was just like, "Look, tell me where this guy is so I can talk to him. Or I'll talk to you in a body bag." So the club owner gave up Huey's location. Harry calls a nurse there who he helped back then. He said, "Look, I need to get in there now. I need to talk to this guy." She says, "Okay, come by." Harry meets Huey. Basically threatens him. To not tell anybody and to convince the cops to not say anything. Um, Harry meets up with Pete, who runs a casket service, and basically dumps all of Eddie's clothes and shoes in a casket. My guessing this was after the funeral, or either that they have a closed casket, and that's it. Later on, we found out we meet Richie. Um, Richie Harrison. I don't know who the actor who plays Richie Harrison. The only thing I do know is he is good at acting. Richie's son, Tommy, who was with Eddie, Alfie, and Jack, is missing. Richie sends one of his guys. Well, actually, I take that back. Because I'm going to do this, so I'm going to go back to Harry. Um, Richie sends one of his guys to go find Tommy. Tommy's gone. No one knows where Tommy is. Nobody. Richie calls Kevin, who is Eddie's dad, and basically was just like, "Where's my kid?" Kevin says, "I don't know. The last time I heard, Tom was with Eddie." Richie was basically like, "You better find my kid, or I'll come after you." Kevin calls Harry. He said, "Hey, we got a problem. Tom is gone." We then meet Harry's wife named Jan, and he has a daughter named Gina. Jan is basically Jan wants to make her marriage work, but with the way Gina is almost grown. Well, almost grown. She's in middle school. Look like middle school, early high school. I think she's in high school. Jan wants to make her marriage work. She wants to go to counsel's therapy. Tom is pretty much against it, but he says okay, book a session. But he's gonna tell he ain't gonna do it. So their relationship is odd because even when I watched it, it sounded like he said that to shut her up, basically. And that's pretty much what it sounded like and what it was. Um, um, that's pretty much what it is. We meet Zosa and Kiko, who was Harry's two hinge people. Um, he says, "Look, we're about to go to this place. We're going to see Moody. Yeah, meet with Moody. Kiko and Zizo are going with Harry. Because Harry's going to meet with Richie at Moody's Boxing Club gym to figure out if he can either resolve this or figure out what the whole entire fuck is going on. Because right now it's a entire shit show. So there was a fee he had to pay, 50K. No fighting, blah, blah, blah. So Richie and Harry's talking. Um, Richie is basically, he's calm right now, but he wants to find his child, his son, because what is it like? The day or two now? He has to come home. Harry basically, to me, in my opinion, he puts a nail in one coffin. He basically says, Harry gives him his word, I'll find your son before noon tomorrow. Richie says, okay, if you can bring him in tomorrow, do it. Do it. Um, Before Harry went inside, he told Kiko and Sosa, um, that something's going on. He's going to shoot Richie. After the meeting, Harry walks outside. He calls Conrad. He tells Conrad, Conrad, now this is where this really pissed me off. Conrad, make a decision. Off Richie or leave him be. So Conrad sat there, I know, for a good 10 minutes, going back and forth, back and forth, trying to figure out, do I kill him or do I don't? May, what do I do? Do I kill him or do I let him live? May, so eventually, May said, let him go. He said, okay. So, mm, so Zosa doesn't shoot him at all. Later that night, this is where shit really hits the fan. So, Conrad has a party with all his family. Basically, it's a family meeting. It's Kevin. He has another child who. There's Kevin, Sephra, his oldest son. I don't know who his name is. Basically, he gets them all together and he tells them all about the twins have agreed to a certain deal he did, and that he was going to go after the Stevensons, and he is going to change the. He's going to start doing fentanyl. Now, before the meeting, May met with Conrad and said, because Archie was there too, and basically told Conrad because she knew something. I don't know what she knew. I don't even know how she even knew. But she basically knew something was wrong with Archie. Conrad says, we're going to do this, and this. Archie looked uncomfortable. Archie, he didn't look upset, but he looked uncomfortable. Archie said, may I say something? And Conrad said, sure. Because then again, they've been friends for many, many, many years. They said, what, 30 years? Yeah, they've been friends for almost 30 years. So, Archie basically says that he's against it. May is looking at Conrad. Everyone else in the room. Oh, speaking of everyone in the room, he has a daughter named Serafina. At first, I thought she was adopted, but she's not. That's his stepdaughter. Well, not that's his real daughter, but that's Kevin and the other oldest child's step sister, basically. Um, where was I? Oh yeah. And May basically called Archie a cheater. Conrad leaves because he had to go pee. He leaves, comes back with a gun, and pops Archie in the chest. And everybody just sitting there like, well, aside from the lawyer, I don't think she was shocked, but everybody else was just shocked. I mean, and May wasn't shocked at all too. So it's just like, and that's in an episode. Um, so yeah, that's the end of the first episode. Um, my review because because it will be longer, but baby, no. The first episode is good, damn good. I'll give it a 9 out of 10 because it is good. I love it, but it reminds me of Sopranos for some reason, except a little. So boy, I don't know how Conrad's gonna get away with this. If he is gonna get away with this, I don't know. That's my review. That's all I got. I am done. I'm gonna do episode 2 in about 2 or 3 minutes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.